Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing something a little bit different. I have finally bought a new off-road vehicle that I'll be picking up tomorrow. That's going to be its own little video and all that different stuff. So I will be renting a Uhaul trailer tomorrow, but I need a way to get this car up on the trailer. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be rigging up a winch that's eventually going to go on this vehicle anyway. And we're going to do it in a way to where it's kind of portable and you could put it on any trailer. So not just necessarily a U-Haul trailer. It could go on any flatbed trailer that doesn't have any interference up in the front. So we're going to go ahead. Shouldn't be too difficult, but follow along. We're going to put this thing together. So the idea that I have, and I'm sure it's been done before, is basically I'm going to be taking this dual hitch extender here and hooking it up into my receiver on my truck, right? So you can see what a dual hitch receiver is. It basically has a 2-inch receiver below it that you can hook your trailer ball and everything else into, and then it just has an open hitch receiver above it. And so with that, I'm going to take this portable winch plate and that plugs into a 2-inch receiver, and so I'm going to take that and just mount it up above and use that to pull the vehicle up on the trailer. So like I said, it shouldn't be too difficult. Everything that I'm using, I will be sticking into the description down below. So if you wanted to do this, you could probably do this a whole lot cheaper than I did. I think I'm right at the $500 mark on this. So about $400 for a winch, 50, 60 bucks for a plate, another 50 bucks for the, the dual hitch receiver here. All right, that's simple. There's nothing to build here. Everything is welded in. You can see how this is. This is the only point of concern that I have, is how strong is the lateral force, or is this going to be up against the lateral forces of pulling up a vehicle? Pulling up a vehicle should probably be fine. I don't know if I would winch a vehicle out of a tough situation with this, but I think pulling up a vehicle that's rolling, that's going to roll under its own weight, it should be okay. But you can see what that looks like there. So that's going to plug in, right? Trailer hooked here, winch hooked here. Again, this one's simple. Comes with all the things we need, right? You got your little hitch pin. I got some screws for tightening everything down, and we're good to go there. So let's look at this plate. So this plate's going to be a lot bigger, and it will have some assembly, but it's nice and solid. There we go. So the one that I bought, it was like $10 or $15 more than the cheapest one that I could find, but it has multiple mounting holes in it, and I don't really want to go, drilling through 3/8-inch plate and making my own mounting holes. This one's going to be nice. Looking at it, it's really nicely built. The welds look solid. Yeah, I'm really happy with that. Honestly, I don't think I could buy the metal for the price that I bought this one for. I think I got it on sale for like 49 bucks or 39 bucks. Here are the handles that are going to mount to this thing, right? This way we can pick it up and move it. When I get finished, this whole thing is probably going to weigh, I'd say, close to 100 pounds, if not more. But I did go with the winch that has synthetic rope on it instead of the winch that has cable, so that frees up some, not only it frees up some space on the winch, but it frees up some weight on the winch as well. It also makes it a whole lot safer, because most of the time when you're winching something up, you're by yourself. You are going to be in the point of impact. If that cable snaps and wants to come back, I've seen it break windows. I've seen it do a lot of damage to vehicles and bodies and stuff. So you just want to keep that in mind when you're doing something like that. But I also did get the wireless one, the wireless controls for this one. And that's because when you're winching something up on a trailer, right, you can power that while you're also steering the vehicle to make sure that it's going on the trailer correctly. All right, we don't have any instructions with this one, so they just sent it to us in a box, but it's pretty straightforward, right? This smooth piece, right, this is going to be your top side here. This is where your winch is going to mount into. And then we're going to go with the handles pointing up this way. All right, I plugged the light in for you. Move the camera a little closer, but you can see, again, right? So this is mounting to the outside of this plate. The bolt is going to go through once these holes line up. Washer. Washer's gonna go on this back side here. Throw a nut on there. And we just repeat that. There's 4 of these, and so we're just gonna do this 4 times. Should be pretty simple. All right, there it is. Handles are all nice and secure. Everything's tight, so it's time to put the winch on. All right, this winch is called a rug cell. I have no idea who they are. I've never used them. I'm not affiliated with them in any way. Like, that's already cut for me. They were the cheapest, and they offered what I wanted, so they did try to mask what was in the box, it looks like, by wrapping this around it. Or maybe it was there for extra protection, I don't know. All right, let's see what we have. This one here is called the Tank. All right, that's a good name. The box says 12,000 pound, 13,500 pound. The winch itself says 13,000, so I don't know, somewhere in there. The car I'm picking up weighs about 2,400 pounds. They say to double the weight of a vehicle, so I think we've covered that. Set free your dreams. Okay, man, that's pretty. That's a pretty touching slogan there, I guess. Ooh, that's nice. All right, well, does it match? Does it match? Yes, it does. Holes line up there. Okay, pretty beefy cable. And another beefy ground cable there. I'm guessing that's gonna go to the front clasp. Here's that. That's nice. Check that out. So just your standard hook there, right? That's pretty cool. Alrighty. Ooh, set free your dreams. Again, I'm not sponsored. It was the cheapest. Ooh, more cables. So this is our control box. It should mount right up on top. There is, right, what is this? Must connect. This is just the ground terminal. But again, here we go. So this is all going to go to our power, to the positive and negative side of our batteries. I don't have to worry about running this inside my truck because I'm just going to be running an external deep cycle battery. If you're putting this on a trailer, you could just run it to the battery on the trailer if there is one. Or if this is going on the front of your truck or whatever, just run it like you would a normal winch. So it's pretty cool. I could look through the instructions to see what I need here, or what I'm looking for, but I'm not. Ooh, what is this? Oh, that's cool. It's a little battery like you would find in an old cordless phone. Right? Okay. So I'm guessing this is my remote. Not bad. Let's not lose that battery. Let's not smash it. I don't want it to explode. All right, what else do we have in here? Oh, that's cool. Battery on and off terminal. I didn't expect that. Right? Not all winches come with this, but there you go. So you can, it's a battery disconnect for your winch here. Nice. I probably won't be hooking that up because it's not gonna live in place. So when it's disconnected, it's disconnected. Guessing that's a bracket for that. Yep. Ah, that's cool. I like that. If I do end up mounting this permanently, that'll come in handy. Right, control cable. Alrighty. And let's lift this winch out. Get your reps in here. All right, let's look at it. Looks like everything on this thing is cast something. All right, probably cast aluminum. Maybe it's cast iron, I don't know. But it's got a big old pass sticker on it, right? We got our engage, we got our disengage here. looks pretty solid. Yeah, you guys want a better look at this thing? So there you go. Here you can see where the mounts are. Those are not going to be the screws that do it. There we go. All right. So these actually have, that's pretty cool. It's built in right here so they don't spin on you. So the nut will just slide into this groove right here, right? And it's just going to lock itself into place. So that's handy. And then you just bolt this up from the bottom. I like it. It fits without this on there. So we'll figure something out for that in a little bit. All right, so there we go. That is mounted. We just have to figure out what we're gonna do with this here. I can cut some of this off, which you see I've already boogered it up, and then have plenty of space there. I might have to shorten the nut a little bit, but I think that can be done. I think we can make that work. All right, there we go. Now, if you don't feel comfortable cutting all that stuff up, you know, you could always go with the smaller winch. I went with a really large winch because I had different plans, but if there was a 1/4 of an inch on that other side, you would have plenty of space. So now that I got it started, I'm going to back it off a little bit, expose those threads. I'm going to throw some of this this blue Loctite on here, and you know, call it a day as far as this goes. Now that we have that Fairlead attached, which was way more difficult than it should have been, I think in the future what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this out and I'm just going to thread this plate, and then I'll just run it in on there. Yeah, but that was way more difficult than it should have been. Again, a little bit of my fault buying the biggest winch that I could find, you know, to make this work. Okay. I should have ran this in first. We're going to see if we can get it here. All right. Sometimes you put the cart before the horse. There we go. Where's our clasp? There it is. All right, so I'm just putting all this stuff on, and then we're going to wire this thing up and, you know, see if it works. All right, let's give that a good bend right there. And we are good to go. So I'm gonna move all this stuff. We're gonna throw this thing in the hitch, grab a battery, and we're gonna start wiring stuff up. All right, we just gotta take this little anti-rattle bracket off. Now, if you ever want one that works, this one actually works. But you see how I tighten mine down. All right, so we'll take that off. Oh, I gotta get my keys. Are they on here? Actually, this is gonna go up here on the top. Put our pin in. It came with these really long screws that are gonna mount through here, and I hope it doesn't get down into that winch cable, but we'll see. All right. I might look for some small washers to kind of pick that up. I can feel the bolt sticking out a little bit. I don't want anything that's rough down there that's going to get into this synthetic rope. It is kind of in its own little indentation there. All right, so we got this battery disconnect, but they do not give us a place to mount it. None of these mounting holes on this one actually line up. So these two holes here, no matter how I turn it, at most I can only get one screw in there. So I'm not gonna actually put this on. Like I said, I don't need it. It's gonna be wired into my battery. It's gonna be unhooked when it's off and hooked up when it's on. So in reality, the way that it would work is This is just a pass through. So on the back side, you would run your hot wire coming out, right? So it would be, right? It'd be this guy here. And so it would run into there like this. These little guys slide out. So it'd run in there like that, hooked up. And then you would have the other short red wire that this came with, and it would be hooked up going out the other side. So whenever it's in the on position, it's passing through, and you know, everything's running. When you kick it in the off position, it disconnects this back here, and power is just not going to the winch. So I'm just going to wire it up without it. Right? If you guys get this, you want to hook this in, you could easily make a mount for this. I don't see the purpose. So these are labeled. So here is terminal D. So terminal D is going to go down here, right? And it is actually color coordinated. They did give us some of these boots right here. Oops. So I'm going to use these. Slide these on, maneuver it around to where you can get that through like that. Slide it up out of the way. 4 bolts. I'm going to unbolt this. I'm just going to hold this up out of the way. Okay, yellow. It's going to go there. All right, get you focused. So you can see what we've done here. All right, so we have B, C, D. Got those guys hooked up. We got our long block cable. We're going to hook that up here. We're going to take this guy here that's coming from the control module and put that guy on. Whoops, don't drop that. So you see how we have those in? I'll push these boots down and everything once we get everything tight, and then we're going to finagle our way back together, right? So I went in and I'm going through this user manual. I figured it's about time. So I went in the user manual. There's the remote right there. At no point does it show me how to plug this thing in to the control module. But if it's like anything else, there's going to be a spot. So I'm going to go over there and look at that, because it did come with a cable right here, right? So it does have a cable. That fits the bottom of the control, and that fits into somewhere on, it's going to be on that, you know, on that control module that's on top of that winch. So I have a full breakdown of parts, right? If I wanted to pull this thing apart, so I could see here up on the top, I see what I'm looking for. It's number 15. Number 15. All right, let's hook this thing up to a battery, and then we'll just start pushing buttons like we usually do, right? So I think I found what I was looking for. It's right over here. Flip this up. This guy fits in there, locks into place, right? And this guy hooks in somehow. There's a line. Yep, it matches. Okay. Ooh, it's red. I don't know. Maybe the battery's dead. That's nice. So it works plugged in. I just got to get a new battery. So we did it. I was a little worried there at first when everything wasn't wanting to fit together. So with a little bit of engineering, right, we got things put back together like it should have been. Maybe I could have got a smaller winch. The cradle could be a little bit bigger. So if you're doing this, maybe shop around if you're going to go with the 13,500 pound winch. Yeah, I think it's going to do everything we need it to do. So tomorrow I shouldn't have any issues pulling everything up on the trailer. I'm going to go down and grab a new battery, and we'll be good to go. Well, it worked. You can see it's good in a lot of different configurations. I could not have done this up here by myself. I mean, I had my daughter and everything, but I couldn't have done it without this right here. Even having another guy or two, this still comes in handy. You see I'm out of breath. So I'm gonna take this all apart. If you guys found it useful, if you liked it, make sure you hit that like button. There's super thanks down below, or you can consider becoming a channel member if you want a little, like, you know, a few extra perks and stuff. But I'm gonna pack up. I'm gonna head home. There will be more videos on this car in the future. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.